A bit of a dream, this project.
Definitely a dream project. My name's Sam Tolhurst. I'm a filmmaker, photographer, and I guess storyteller. I've been shooting stills on the GFX for a couple of years now, and when I heard about the same sensor being launched into a digital cinema camera, I was really drawn to it. The thing I love about shooting on the Eterna 55 is that it is versatile. You can shoot all day on it. You can rig it to shoot as a one-man band. I think like ergonomically, everyone has a preference moving to a new camera. It's important to me that when I started shooting on it, it felt familiar in a certain sense. So I kind of set it up with the top handle that I like to use, my own personal small HD monitor, and it all worked really well with it. The learning curve of shooting was pretty short. I think everyone who picks it up will be able to find a way to get familiar with it almost instantly. I think the biggest thing for our crew has been that we were so surprised at how light this camera is for the form factor and package it's in. It's not super light where you're getting micro jitters with handheld stuff, but it's light enough that carrying it all day is not a burden at all. Fuji actually developed the looks for this camera before the camera itself, and it clearly shows when you get the footage into post. Knowing that you have the option to create a digital look that's completely reminiscent of Fuji's iconic and famous film stocks in a post-production pipeline with versatile control over the way the footage looks. If you don't quite nail exposure, if you don't quite nail white balance, is really reassuring. Fuji's become almost synonymous with people creating film looks on digital sensors and digital cameras, and have really leaned into that. So to be able to do that in a large scale, full production ready cinema camera, it's incredible to see it come to life. I love how the look of this camera is naturally very filmy. There's quite a bit of grain out of the sensor, and the color pipeline really lends itself towards quite a filmy grade. You can really see it shine when you pair it with some vintage glass. It's become my favorite lens, the 55. I really like having a bit of character with the way that this sensor renders colors, so we decided that FDs would be good. I love the open gate sensor on the Eterna 55. It's one of the market's tallest digital cinema sensors. The best thing about it is you don't have to compromise. In a modern filmmaking, content creation world, no one's escaping the fact that you're going to have to deliver your work in a wide variety of aspect ratios, and the best thing about shooting on this sensor in open gate is that you don't have to compromise. You just can't fake physics. I love the look that you get by having a sensor that is just over 20% larger. Size in this case definitely does matter. The results speak for themselves. Yeah, so the G-mount is one of the shortest flange distances on the market. The camera also comes included with a PL mount, so your options for lens choice are virtually infinite. Yeah, the great thing about 55 versus 65 is that traditional full frame lenses virtually will all cover the sensor. I'm not an expert color grader, but I really love the look that I'm developing and getting from this sensor. And if you want to switch it and go to something that's more refined, you can easily switch to Fuji's native glass and get a result that looks very different and very polished. The sensor just stands alone as being such an outstanding visual point of difference compared to anything else that I've used before. At this price point, there's nothing that competes visually. One of the things that I absolutely loved about the camera was the built-in variable ND. Having an internal range of 2 to 7 stops is pretty phenomenal. We actually noticed that you could put a circular polarizer on the front after having the internal NDs turned on. Not having to make compromises is really important in the context of storytelling. It has dual screens on both sides, so you can operate it yourself and then have a first AC seeing the exact same things you are in real time. It's super reliable, the look's versatile, dual native ISO. There's a lot of mounting points. The third-party cages work really well. Form factor's brilliant. It's just a great, easy camera to pick up and intuitively know how to use. Yeah, the camera certainly feels robust. It's light, but it feels very sturdy as well. When you're in tough environments, knowing that you have a camera that's going to stand the test of those conditions is really reassuring. You're kind of not thinking too much about anything but getting the shot that you need to get. That makes working a lot easier when you're not having to consider more than just the story. The boot up time's really fast, so I never feel like I need to have it on all day. The power draw on it is virtually a third of what I'm used to with my other cameras. We had the camera rigged up for half a day, a little more, on a 199 watt hour V-lock, and when you're trying to access remote areas, not having to carry so much power is huge. I actually think this camera is for anyone who's looking for a point of difference in the way their work looks. The camera is suitable for anyone who's looking to improve their storytelling with a versatile look and shooting with a crew anywhere from themselves to a full production unit. I came away from shooting with it being like, yeah, well, I could own only this camera, shoot with it every day and be proud of all the work that I shoot with it.